Hello, welcome back. It's Rapid Regeneration. I'm David Escamilla. I'm not a medical doctor or medical professional. I'm not making any medical claims or claims about diseases. I am just someone who happens to be an expert on how to solve health problems naturally. I never signed up for this gig. I was drafted into it. And now I'm on a mission from God to help you to solve your problems. Because I figured out how to solve my problems. And I was devastated. I was at the end of my rope. My life was over as I knew it. Because I was in such bad health. And I was plagued with pain and suffering every single day. Felt horrible, exhausted. And then I figured out, you know what? The answers are out there. I figured out the answers to the universe. And it was just, all of it just came through and it worked for me. And now I'm on a mission to help you do the same thing. And basically what I've discovered since doing this, 7.5 years as of the time of recording, been doing this, figuring this stuff out since 2015. What I've discovered is that the challenge is not the detox itself. That's simple. That's easy. Okay, what's going to be difficult about this? How do you deal with other people as you go through this? That's what's really challenging, is how to function with other people while you're detoxing. And then let's say after you go through detox, now you're really working on healing yourself. You're getting yourself to the point that you're trying to get to. How do you maintain that healthy lifestyle, that momentum, and still deal with other people and still function with other people? And you look around and, I mean, we're on a sick planet. Either the people on this planet are sick already and they're basically on death's doorstep, or they're making themselves sick and they're putting themselves to that eventual destination. So how do you go through this process of self-healing in a world like this? And basically, I mean, this can be tricky. You know, you have customary social rituals, you have meals, you have parties, you have your friends, your old friends from back in the day. They don't understand this whole thing about you becoming healthy. You have your family. They've been feeding you since you entered into the world. And, you know, so it can be challenging to keep up your momentum, keep things going in terms of your own deep cleaning, self-healing, your detox. And so how to do this? How can you function and do this? It's a balance, right? And sometimes you have to stand strong, stand firm, and hold your ground. And that creates a boundary, and that creates distance between you and other people. And that's hard. You know, people have a hard time doing that. Other times, you know, it's possible to become too rigid. I've been on both extremes, and I've learned the hard way. You can be too rigid, and so much to the point where you can become like closed off, like a stiff, rigid board, and you become closed off spiritually and emotionally to others. You know, and then there's kind of a good balance in the middle. So I'll give you one example. So I might go several weeks. I'm eating super healthy. I'm eating lots of raw foods, a lot of fruits. And when I keep this up, you know, I feel like amazing. I feel like $1 zillion. I just feel like it's such a good rhythm, momentum. Then I might get a text from an old friend. Hey, I'm in town. You know, we should catch up. You know, you want to grab dinner? And so we'll make plans. It'll be a great reunion. We'll get together for dinner. And I I will feel fulfilled on many levels from this friendship, and during the course, I might indulge food-wise. I might eat things that I wouldn't normally be eating, like cooked food, like maybe cooked vegetables, and I'll go home and everything's fine. And the next day, I might wake up with a slight food hangover. I'll be having a dip in energy. I'll feel a little sluggish. And, whenever it seems like I do this if I go out, I'm eating cooked food or something, a lot of times I'll feel like a little bit of soreness, maybe in the connective tissue, maybe even like some weak points in the body, like a knee or a shoulder. It does seem like whenever I consume acid-forming foods, or a lot of it, that a lot of times my body, as a response, it will almost like pull calcium from the connective tissue, to buffer that acid. So this will happen. I'll feel a little off. I'll go about my day. I'll try to eat healthy, and there's no severe issues, and I'll kind of function more or less fine. And then by the following day, I'm almost back to normal. I'm back on the healthy train. I'm getting my momentum back, and then I just plow ahead. So in this example, was it worth it? So for me, most of the time, yes. Maintaining certain relationships, starting new relationships, it's very important to me, and it nourishes me on a spiritual level and a deeper level than just physically. So if I'm getting some kind of soul nourishment, then I can justify going out and cutting it up with somebody and eating something maybe less healthy, like cooked vegetables. If I'm going to have some communion with other people, if I really want to be super healthy, I could have just ordered a salad. I could have done that. And it depends on the restaurant. Most places have something healthy that you could eat. It does help to be able to look up the menu ahead of time. And do watch out, because there are some restaurants that literally all they serve is indulgent, unhealthy comfort food. And of course, same thing with a dinner party. You don't know if they're going to actually have like a salad or cooked vegetables or something. And so, yeah, if I really wanted to be healthier, I could have just gotten a salad. Totally alkaline forming, no problems. That I would have skipped the cooked vegetables, So, I mean, it's all a balance. And you know what? It's too weird for some people anyways. I mean, some people, even if I'm ordering cooked vegetables at a dinner, it weirds some people out. And I don't want to say I've lost friends over this, but I've had friendships where it really created like a distance. And I don't know why, but people, they're not as good of friends with me anymore because I'm healthy now. I mean, that's how personal food is. That is how personal food is. It is a little bit of a weird feeling. I don't really mind it. If I'm eating a salad and someone across from me is eating steak and potatoes, I don't mind what they're eating, but it does create a little bit of distance. Food is one of those bonding experiences that people have together. And when you both eat the same foods, you bond more strongly. And so, yeah, I mean, if I meet up with a friend nowadays and this goes on, it's not quite the same experience, like the breaking bread together experience that we used to have back in the day when we used to grill hamburgers and we used to drink beer together. That was really a bonding experience. I mean, and those days are over for me, sadly. And I miss that. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss that feeling, that camaraderie and everything. But, the feeling I get from not consuming those things is so much greater. on a deeper and more rewarding level. So it does help to parlay with people who are not so obsessed with food, you know, who are more easygoing. They don't make a big deal about food or what you're eating. You know, just like I don't care if someone's eating chicken fried steak. Hopefully, I can hang around with someone that doesn't care if I'm eating a boring meal of vegetables. You know, but it's just hard to avoid because food is so personal. People are so connected with it. If you go all the way with this thing and you really are focused on keeping yourself healthy, then you're going to come across people that they just don't. It creates some kind of weird distance between them and you. So if that happens, you know, you just got to figure out how to make peace with it. Now that's having to do with friends, people you care about, family. Now there's other times. Now here's another scenario, and something you'll have to figure out is there's other times when I have found myself being severely judged by somebody who finds what I'm eating to be strange or bizarre. And this could be, you know, a coworker, acquaintance, a family member, or even a stranger. And some people might look at you like you're a space alien just because you're eating a salad for lunch. And it's happened to me so many times, you know, more than I could possibly count. And I don't know what to say about it other than some people, this is not like the friend where there's a little more distance and they're like looking at you kind of funny because you're eating healthy. This is like more of an extreme, like someone who literally becomes negative, like when they see this. And I've seen it happen so many times. And some people are just so attached to the foods they're eating. Excuse me, they can have a hard time really grasping with your journey that you're on, your self-healing journey and your ambition. You know, and it's really weird. Like some people, they literally just, they turn bad. Like they get this strange negative vibration to them. And they might comment and they might say something like, man, how do you live like that? You know, and then, or they might say something like, under the guise of concern, like, aren't you worried you'll be deficient in something or anemic? So this can be unpleasant, but again, how to detox while functioning with others. It's not unpleasant to the point. It's not like you're running across a field of gunfire in battle, or it's not like you're running away from a rabid dog. It's just mildly unpleasant. You can handle this with grace, with poise, and with graciousness. You know, you don't necessarily need to like lash out back at this person and be like, well, at least I'm not going to, you know, get a heart attack from the food you're eating. You know, you don't necessarily need to do that. Just remain poised and graceful. But yeah, it can be challenging. I mean, you know, when I used to go to an office, you know, your coworkers might find it odd, and they might freak out. And I used to just eat lunch at my desk because I got tired of taking my lunch into the common eating areas. I just got tired of being asked about this constantly, and just getting this look like people looking at me like I'm a novelty, like I'm some kind of a freak. Just because I'm eating like a salad or I'm eating something like that's not total junk food for lunch, and just asking me, but people coming up to me and asking me, what are you eating? Why do you eat like that? And I'm like, oh my God, like having to explain myself constantly. It takes up so much energy and bandwidth, and explaining it to people who have zero interest in becoming healthier. And so I just started eating at my desk at that time. And, some people might fault me for that, because, we need to spread the message of positivity and get more people to be healthier. And we need people like that. Some other people are more promoting of this than I am, and my approach has always been more personal. I've never tried to really change what someone wants to do and evangelize the movement. And so my thought is, if they become interested in improving their health, then this rapid regeneration program is going to be there. It's going to be there waiting for them. And so they can seek it out and they can find this information. That is my mission, because most people are not going to be interested in what you're having for lunch or coming over and being healthier. So yes, I'm just preparing you for this. If you decide to get into a healthier lifestyle, this is going to happen. You're going to be looked at like a novelty or a circus freak or space alien, and it's going to freak some people out. And people get scared by something that's different, and for you to do this is different. So lastly, just getting back to your personal relationship with food, there are some wellness gurus out there who will say, you need total abstinence from cooked food, and you shouldn't give in, you shouldn't compromise and eat cooked foods. So I understand the philosophy behind that. I think it's a valid point. And every meal is sort of a chemical battle that's won or lost. And if you eat acid foods, cooked foods, you sort of lose that battle. But everything is a balance. It depends on the individual, what you can get away with in terms of cooked foods versus raw foods, and what's most important for you. So I'm not an absolutist or a purist or so rigid, with that. But I do understand, it can hold you back. I've seen people that get held back by friends and family, and they're eating in a way that they really don't want to eat. They're eating more cooked food than really they want to, and it holds them back from really healing on a deep level that they're trying to do. So just be careful. Be careful with this. Where are you at in your health journey? Are you very deep in a detox phase? Because if so, you should probably avoid cooked foods, because that can really slow your detox or even stop it dead in its tracks. If you're quite developed, if you've already healed yourself and you're just maintaining, then, so what? You have a meal of cooked vegetables. You may be okay with that kind of small setback. Last thing I will mention is the people who like to get together and cook burgers and barbecue and, and basically cook pasta and eat all these kinds of foods. The bond that they get from that, you miss out on that. The big Italian pasta dinner that everyone's preparing, and you miss out on this experience, when you become more healthy. So it does really help to connect with people who are on the same wavelength. Here in Austin, at least at the time of writing, there is a weekly meetup of individuals who are interested in a healthy lifestyle. People enjoy fruit. People bring different fruit and salad and healthy foods. And we meet up at this local health food restaurant and sort of cultural epicenter, a place called Casa here in Austin, Texas. And it's really fun to get together, and with other people who are like-minded and they're interested in self-healing. And there's always this high vibrational kind of a buzz there. So if you're ever in town, if you're ever in Austin, you should absolutely come and check it out. And maybe I'll see you there. And reach out to me. Contact me. on social media or at rapidregeneration.com. Let me know if you're going to come through, because again, you can get that kind of a bond that's missing when you drop out of the junk food world, and you don't get to indulge in junk food and alcohol and all this stuff that really bonds people together in a way that's detrimental to health. But really, you should be able to do that and bond over food, but with people who are really interested in a higher vibration. So yes, it's sad, to leave that behind. That's the tough part. And that's maybe the toughest part for me, is that the distance that gets created with some of my friends from back in the day, and people that I really care about, and family. And that's the price you pay to heal yourself and to solve your health problems. I don't know how else to put it, because people are going to miss you. People are they're going to notice the new you. You're no longer going to be the same backslapping, oyster eating, French fry dipping, regular Joe or regular Jane that you once were. And people, your old pals that you used to eat and drink junk with, they're going to miss that special bond. And you're going to have to overcome that, or get over that, or make peace with that, or let go of that. So the trade-off is that you're going to have this newfound power, this strength, positive vibration, your amazing new journey. How about the ability to live a long, healthy, life free of health problems? So ultimately, the good ones, they're still going to love you for who you are. You can still love them back as much as you want. And I understand it's not always easy to turn down mom's home cooking. Trust me. But the love, it should, and it does transcend the food. So the love is always going to be more powerful than the food. If it's not, then that's just someone who with their own crazy attachment to food. So ultimately, how to function with others while going through detox, while self-healing yourself and everything. The most important thing, don't let people hold you back from becoming or being who you really are. So that's it. You can do it. You can figure it out, and you can make peace with the challenging parts of this. If you're committed to solving your health problems, and just think you're going to make new friends and new connections, and you're going to ascend to a new level. Anyways, keep learning about this information and stay committed, and you can do it. And I will see you on the next segment.
For more information, please follow at Rapid Regeneration or visit rapidregeneration.com.